I'm Jamie McLeod, and this is my darling Tutti Frutti. Yeah, you are. I'm a very, very lucky lady. You see, I have a guardian angel, and for a pittance, she rents me this beautiful home high in the hills of Montecito, overlooking my parrot rescue in Summerland. December and January were the two most terror-filled months of our lives, between the Thomas Fire and the Montecito mudslides. We ran on adrenaline day after day for months on end. My hair fell out, my teeth shattered, but I still have everything that I love. And our feathers are still a little bit ruffled. However, we are survivors, and this is our story. As the Thomas Fire raged from Ventura to Santa Barbara, the air was thick with smoke and ash. All the birds had been cooped up indoors with filter fans for weeks, not understanding why they couldn't be outside in their spacious aviaries. And one night at 2:30 in the morning, I received a mandatory evacuation order at my home. I thought I was ready. Lists were made, my bags were packed. I had travel cages for all my house pets. Important documents and memorabilia were gathered, along with all my medications. I grabbed a vial of insulin from the fridge, and we all flew the coop. So in the wee hours of the morning, I settled my animals at a pet-friendly hotel, and at dawn, I made my way back to the sanctuary in Summerland, only to discover that the fire had moved into Carpinteria, and I made the very difficult decision to undertake evacuating our facility, which would take us the entire day.
I know, buddy, it kind of sucks.
Not imminent danger at the moment, but we don't want to be doing this at night. Right, guys?
Gotta get in front of it.
Okay, we're getting ready to evacuate. Everybody's life has been turned upside down. But we've got peeps helping everywhere. Yeah, we're gonna go bye-bye. Okay, you guys, yeah, we got a fire. We gotta go bye-bye.
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 Bye.
Oh yeah, you think it's fun. Bye-bye.
The flock took over board members' garages, volunteers' living rooms, and we had 6 separate satellite evacuation centers. My staff racked up overtime servicing and keeping the birds fed. Hordes of volunteers and friends of the flock descended like angels to offer a helping hand.
Here we have an assembly of Wonder Women!
Sick as a dog with the plague flu, I took up a lengthy residence in an evacuee-filled pet-friendly hotel. Over and over again, I masterminded re-evacuations.
Beautiful animals and a beautiful community.
I finally decided to move all of the birds to Ventura, where everything had already burned. The Smart Garden, owned by Carrie Vega, opened their hearts and doors to my beloved ragtag flock, where they spent the week before Christmas. 4 nights later, racked with a fever, I watched my house be enveloped by a red bubble on the satellite maps. I thought it was gone. My best friend, he came to visit me and distracted me with help and humor.
My buddy Brian Edwards is here. He's trying to help me do some video stuff and computer cleanup, and he's really trying hard to make me laugh. And I'm having a hard time laughing because I'm feeling kind of down for the count. But if there's one person that could make me laugh, it's Brian Edwards. Seriously, dude.
I think I might have to keep this thing.
No way, they're like $95.
That's a steal of twice the price.
And don't drink the freaking water, it's $8 a bottle. Yeah, everybody's running around with respirators. So
the N95 only keeps out 95%. The N99 keeps out 99%. This little bad boy keeps out 100%.
wow.
Or technically 99.97.
Oh, you're so technical, Brian. That's why I love your help on the computer.
I thought my house was gone, but I needed my meds, and I had to see if it was still there. So in the middle of the night, I waited for 2.5 hours for a sheriff's escort. He turned out to be my knight in shining armor, and he even befriended me on Facebook.
I'm at San Ysidro and 192, and we got fire coming down the canyon.
Straight for the heart of Montecito. Looks like. Okay, I got a police escort taking me to my house because I'm insulin dependent and I didn't take enough insulin with me. And here we have more community heroes. And there they go, the men that saved my mountain. Community heroes. Thank you for saving my mountain!
I got to thank the firefighters who battled a wall of flame 100 feet from my house the night before. Here, right in my driveway, was the last remaining hot spot. It had burned down the Edison power poles and took out the electric and pumps for my water tanks. Little did I know it would be more than a month before I had running water again.
Senior Deputy Kemp escorted me to my house to get my insulin because I didn't take enough with me when we left 4 nights ago. This town is just filled with heroes for more than one day. So bless your soul for getting me to my house, and I can't believe it's still standing. Unbelievable. Thank you, Deputy.
You're welcome.
Here we have Deputy, my hero, who took me to my house. I can't believe it's still here. I just got back from my house, and I'm in the hotel with all the critters, and I'm so relieved. However, Tutti Frutti is sound asleep inside my robe, and it's time for me to get her out and put her away so I can catch some shut-eye. Oh, she's coming out the sleeve. All right, pretty girl, come on. You gotta come out. You can do it. There she is. Hi. I know, it wasn't the staycation you dreamed about, was it? All right. Your aviary survived. And I'm pretty sure everything's gonna be okay at home. They were looking out over us.
I had no idea that it would be weeks before the mandatory evacuation order was lifted at my home. And I had cherished friends on social media that visited me from all over. They brought me chicken soup and an early Christmas at the hotel.
These are my sorry girlfriends. It helps when you have friends that step up to the plate to help you in a crisis, and I can't believe they actually brought me Christmas presents.
When the birds were finally allowed to be brought back to Summerland, enormous efforts had to be made to rid the facility of soot and ash before the flock could return home, safe and sound to roost.
Hey, it's Katie, our heroine. Hello. Brought a cargo van filled with birds. So we got some babies coming back. Oh, my beloved baby, it's Darby. Hi, everybody. Oh, look. Peekaboo. Oh, they're everywhere. Okay, babies, time to come in and settle down. Get a good meal. All right, home sweet home, Zena. There goes Rosie. Oh, we got Sweetie and Elvis. Oh, there's my beloved Bo. Hi, girlfriend. We've missed you. Hi. Welcome home, babies. They love Katie. That's their girlfriend. He says, I'm happy to be back. My Bobby Houdini, I love you. Hi, pretty girl. Hi. Oh, look, Buddha. Here's one of your red-headed girlfriends. Hey, welcome home. Wow, we're jumping for joy. Haha, everybody's safe and sound. Yeah. Welcome home, birds. You want a cracker?
Say, someone told me there's crackers here.
Cracker? You want a cracker?
Cracker?
Yeah, you're gonna get all the crackers you want.
Hello.
Hello, are you happy to be home?
Hi.
Hi. Oh, look at Moses and Katie. They love each other. Mosey Posey's happy to be home. We love you, mi amor. I love you. Little Miss Darby. That was scary, huh, pretty girl? So, we're forever grateful to Katie Wilson, who was there when we needed her.
Thanks,
And we're never letting her go now.
It took nearly 2 weeks before the mandatory evacuation orders were finally lifted at my home. And boy, did it feel good to vacate that hotel.
Somebody says, I'm really ready to go, Mom. We got this car packed to the hilt. She says, yeah, let's go home. You're driving, Cody. I'm shaking. Woohoo! Homeward bound. We've got a home to go to. It's gonna be a mess, but I'm grateful it's there. I can't believe they saved it. Unbelievable. And it burned all the way down. Heroes are still looking out for us up here on the mountain. This is the hillside behind my house. Oh, jeez. Meet hope, faith, and serenity. The 3 Lepo pines that give me shelter from the sun. I feel embraced by their presence, and I'm grateful that they're still here. The thing that I was missing the most, well, and Tutti Frutti, her aviary. Oh, she can't come home yet because it's a mess up here, but it's a miracle it's still standing. Now let's see if my garden room survived. Oh wow, my staff's been out here already. Unbelievable. Okay, the firemen took all my patio furniture, put it in the driveway. Bless their souls. And Gordo's here helping me clean everything up. Unbelievable. But I have the best employees in the world. I love you guys. Wow. What a welcome home sunset. Feels so good to be home.
It was sure nice to have some much needed joy and celebrate the new year with a silly red Solo Cup party with the birds. Little did we know that the following week, a catastrophic flood would turn Summerland into an island surrounded by mud.
We're having a red Solo Cup party. It's mayhem and insanity. We've got screaming Mimi, flirting macaws. What do you think, girls? It's a red Solo Cup for today. Buddha's got a cup too. Wow. Sammy? Sammy needs a cup. Give Sammy a red Solo Cup. Buddha's like, it's mine. Go, Buddha. Go, Buddha. Dang it, Buddha. Okay. We had a deluge last night. And I'm trapped up on the mountain. And there's the burn zone. And we're praying that we don't get the mountain coming down on top of us.
On January 9th at 7 in the morning, I got a call from my staff alerting me to the fact they were unable to get to Summerland to care for the birds. I knew I was trapped at home, but I had no idea of the horrific devastation that lay below in Montecito.
Well, Tootie and I are holed up at home, and they seem to think life is pretty normal, other than the fact Tutti Frutti is not very happy about all the monstrous helicopters that keep buzzing the mountain range. I was so desperate to get to the facility in Summerlin to feed my flock, but the creek had washed out the road. It had rained 4 inches in half an hour. Massive boulders had tumbled down from the scorched, barren mountain. My guardian angel, remember her? Her brother, who lives next door below me, had recently traded in his Maserati for a Ford Raptor 6x6 monster truck. A perfect Armageddon vehicle. He took me on a horrific ride down the backside of the mountain, over boulders and trees, through knee-deep mud, so I could personally feed the birds their breakfast at 4 in the afternoon. So do you remember my knight in shining armor? Senior Sheriff Deputy Jerome Kemp. Well, he actually got a promotion. He's a lieutenant now, well deserved. He actually called me via Facebook and put me in touch with the communications manager at the sheriff's office. They issued letters for my Carpinteria staff, allowing them to gain entry to Summerland to care for the flock in a seamless manner, which is a good thing because I am so not the head dishwasher and cook. It would be several days before I could get down the mountain in my own vehicle, and you can't count on a Raptor every moment of the day. So the day I finally got down there, we had a knock on the door from the food bank, and they had a special delivery. Here I am up on the mountain. We have no water, and it's probably going to be weeks before we get it. However, I am able to get to Summerland and Carpinteria, but we are cut off from Santa Barbara. So down at the sanctuary, we get a knock on the door, and the food bank is delivering food, which is really, really awesome. And free cases of water. And what really touched me is in the bag, there was a handwritten note that says, "You are loved, sending you hope and strength." They're awesome. They're loading me up with some bottled water and hopefully some oranges for the birds. Days later, with the freeway still closed to Santa Barbara, we could get to Carpinteria, but all the stores, the shelves were picked clean. Keeping the pantry stocked and the birds fed and watered was not easily accomplished without the help of the awesome Red Cross.
So I came in the morning, and Ophelia, a member of our kitchen staff, alerted me that something was going on with Rosie. So I went to go check on her, and I noticed that she was egg-bound. So I called Jamie, who came racing down the mountain, and we extracted the egg, which was not easy or pleasant for any of us. No. And she was doing much better after that. But of course, we still wanted to get her checked out by a professional, so we took her to our wonderful avian vet, Dr. Molnar in Calabasas.
Poor Rosie. We managed to get the egg out of her cloaca. Put some saline and Vetricin on that and try to tuck you back in. Poor baby girl. Katie's here to save us.
Oh, just trying to keep my breakfast down.
Poor Rosie. And of course you have to pick to do it during a catastrophe and we can't get you to the vet. That was stuck in you. I had to get it out, huh? Poor baby. We love Rosie Posey.
How is she, Dr. Molnar?
She's doing great. Luckily, there's no obstruction, there's no egg inside. It's just the post-laying problems, a little bit of a cloacal infection. We took care of that, flushed her out a couple of times, gave her some fluid, some pain medication, and she's good to go home.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. Let's go home, Rosie.
I'm lucky that all these guys are super nice and supportive and they're letting me through the 4 barricades to get back to my house.
You made it back.
I did, and I even got a shower.
Oh, good for you.
Hopefully the dog will now grant me access to the house.
Well, good luck.
Okay, thanks for watching out for us.
Thank you. Take pictures.
You never know who you run into at police barricades. These are friends of the flock and another community hero. So,
I didn't do it, I swear.
I didn't see it.
I don't understand. I don't understand nothing.
So if resources get low, just come down to one of your nearest closures, let us know. Let your neighbors know that there is that curfew that's going to start at 6 p.m.
Okay, thank you. I'm all stocked up.
No worries.
And again, you know, the policemen and the firefighters, you guys just rock. Okay, we've got water, the bringer of life. We've actually got 3 different kinds of water here. Let's see, in the cooler, we've got unboiled water from Summerland, which can be used for dishwashing and flushing the toilet. And then we've got boiled water that can be used for rinsing dirty dishes that have been washed in unboiled water. And we've got bottled water for myself and the animals. So it's gonna be a while before the water's back on up here. You sure find out what luxury things are in a crisis, and water is one of them. She really wants to take a bath. Oh. But right now, water's gold, so I can only give her a little water. I've got a crock, but you can fit in that crock pretty good. You're getting me wet. And be all pretty and clean. Everybody gotta have bottled water around here. Even though we had running water in Summerland, it was contaminated. The Red Cross graciously supplied us with daily cases of bottled water for the birds. It also served as an entertaining enrichment once the bottles were empty. What a mess. Holy cow. Like driving through Armageddon. Unbelievable pile of boulders. Just washed down from the mountain. Going over the creek here. It's a miracle they got this open. This was just a sea of mud. We're gonna fly the coop because the cousin of El Nino is coming tonight, and his name is El Monstro. And we don't want the mountain coming down on top of us. So let's get the hell out of Dodge, huh? Let's do it, Tootie. We're out of here. We gotta get out of here, Cody. Yep, big rain coming tonight. I'm hoping that mountain stays put, buddy. And just when the mandatory evacuations were over and everything was said and done, I was so ready to assume the fetal position at home. But along came the prestigious Santa Barbara International Film Festival and the premiere screening of Under Her Wing. So instead, I donned a false facade of bravado to pull off red carpet interviews, press conferences, and the closing night gala party. One more surge of adrenaline to pull off the grand finale.
We're so honored to be here and so delighted by all your support. And I think we're also very lucky in that we were able to have Jamie come here today. And she'd like to introduce you to a few of her. She likes to call them her flockers. So take it away, Jamie.
You guys want to meet some flockers? All right. Well, this is Bobby Houdini, and we are so thrilled to be here tonight and be a part of this Santa Barbara International Film Festival. Our once called Emerald City has been scorched, soaked, and buried in mud, yet the festival organizers decided that the show must go on. And the silver lining to this cloud of smoke and rain are all these first responders and heroes who step forward selflessly day after day and continue to do so 24/7. I am so very proud to be a member of this compassionate community, and I'm grateful that the film festival organizers are holding this event in the wake of the Thomas catastrophe. And in this short documentary,
there wasn't time to cover another facet of my mission that is so very close to my heart. Over the decades, I've taken in not only birds, but children under my wing, because I strongly feel that inspiring them will truly make the world a better place. So tonight I've brought a few of my young avian angels with me and wanted to introduce them along with a few of my flockers. So here we have Grace Shannon and Babu, who you've met in the film already. Grace is an unbelievable artist. She takes the feathers of rescued parrots and creates stunning artwork to help us keep these birds fed. She's brought in $1,000 on making these gorgeous feather fans so far. Go Grace. I am so very proud of this budding young philanthropist. And here we have another avian angel, River Taff and his red-headed girlfriend named Bo. He's just turning 14 as well, believe it or not. I actually think he's James Dean reincarnated. And he is a very talented videographer, and he gives me endless hours of technical support and video editing. And I'm very grateful to River for, look at him, he showers love upon my flock. We call him the Bird Whisperer. And I am very, very grateful for all of his digital and technical support. He gets texts from me at 11 o'clock at night. Is it uploaded to YouTube yet? Hurry up, buddy. Text me when you're done. So, yeah, River rocks. And so does this community, as I hear them blow up boulders in the mud zone every night. But you know what? With the help of our dedicated staff and volunteers and friends of the flock, we shall rise like a phoenix from the ashes, if not the creature from the Black Lagoon. Day after day, I masterminded evacuations over and over again, running purely on adrenaline, fleeing from fire, through mudslides while enduring epidemics of flu. I thought my house burned down, but by some miracle, everything I love, most especially my flock, is fine and safe and sound. And I'm really grateful for everybody's support. So many heroes stepped up to the plate. And I'm a very, very lucky lady.
We love you!
So here I am at the red carpet closing night party for the Santa Barbara International Film Festival. And we're squawking it. Haha, me and my wingman, Brian Edwards. What a night. Haha. Cheers. Squawk on. Staying alive. 805, Santa Barbara strong.
Yeah, it seems as though I've still got something under my wing. And she doesn't want to come out. Judy, you can't stay under my wing 24/7. Where's Tootie? There she is. Check it out. We're going to keep that as a memento. What do you think? That was a lot of hoopla, wasn't it? Yep. Got me a Tutti Frutti under my wing. You didn't get to go to the party, huh? But we can keep this. You can play with that. She's my little wing-a-ling. That was a long couple weeks. Well, actually a couple months. I think we're just gonna stay in our jammies for a while.